Bonjour tout le monde. Hello everyone. Welcome to another lesson with Learn French with Madame. Today we're going to finish out chapitre 7 vocabulaire 1. So in our previous videos we were talking all about clothing. So we're going to finish out that set of vocab today with how to say something looks nice on somebody or doesn't look so nice and describing how something fits you. So let's go ahead and start. En premier, on a les adjectifs. So first off, we have adjectives. So les adjectifs, and these are going to be used to describe how something fits you and how it feels. So first off, we have serré, and serré is tight, as in like, oh, my shirt is too tight or my pants are too tight. So we have serré, meaning too tight. So go ahead and say that one with me, serré. Excellent. La prochaine, we have étroit ou étroite. So this is used more or less for shoes when you're talking about how narrow something is. So we could say, oh, mes chaussures sont trop étroits. My shoes are too narrow. And that'd be that they're squishing your feet. So we have étroit or étroite if it's narrow. Remember, if the thing that you were talking about or describing has a feminine gender, then you're going to add that E in parentheses. Okay, c'est facile. La prochaine mot, c'est facile. The next word's pretty easy. We have large, which is large or big. So we could say, oh, cette chemise est trop large. This shirt is too large. Or mes pantalons sont trop larges. My pants are too large. Okay, la prochaine mot, on a unsold. Unsold. Unsold is on sale. Unsold. And a little fun fact that you're going to learn in this chapter with culture is that most stores in France will only have sales twice a year. They've started adding in Black Friday sales, but they didn't used to have those. That's a new American thing that's kind of swept into France. But they usually only have sales twice a year, one in the spring and one in the fall. So if you really want to catch that good sale price, you're going to have to make sure that you're in France during that time. Okay, so les expressions. Now we're going to talk about how to express yourself and say, oh, I like this, I don't like that, or I'm looking for this, and et cetera, et cetera. Now, be forewarned, before I show these next couple of slides, I put a lot of information on here that isn't necessarily going to be on your quiz. A lot of it is review, and a lot of it is stuff that we're going to learn later on. But I wanted you to see kind of what it looks like now. And if you want to start looking at it, you can, but you don't have to. So I'll tell you what is all going to be on your quiz, but a lot of this is just fun, helpful review, if you will. Okay? So en premier, we have j'aime porter. J'aime porter means I like to wear. J'aime porter, I like to wear. So everything that's bolded is going to be on your quiz. So j'aime porter is your vocab word. And then I went through and I conjugated the verb porter for you because you should already know how to conjugate this verb. It's an irregular ER verb, so you should be able to conjugate it. But if you wanted to say something different, like we wear this or we like to wear that, then you would say nous aimons porter, or you could say nous portons to say we are currently wearing something. So I just went through and I conjugated that verb for you, but you don't have to worry about that. It won't be on your quiz. Just that j'aime porter. Okay, up next we have je cherche. Je cherche. Go ahead, say that one with me. Je cherche. Excellent. Je cherche is the verb is I'm looking for, and so chercher is the verb to look for. You've seen this one before. You've seen it in French 1. So I went through and I conjugated it all for you too. Again, that's an ER verb, so you should be able to conjugate this verb. But if you need a little review with ER verbs, I went through and conjugated it for you on this slide. So we have je cherche means I'm looking for. You could also say nous cherchons, like we are looking for, etc., etc. Okay? La prochaine, je cherche pour mettre ou porter avec, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to give you an example. And we could say je cherche un pantalon pour mettre avec cette chemise. So we're saying I'm looking for something to go with or to wear with, and then your other thing. So je cherche, I'm looking for, pour mettre, or you could say pour porter avec, it means to go with or to wear with, and then you would put your second item. So I said, je cherche un pantalon pour mettre avec cette chemise. So I said, I'm looking for a pair of pants to go with this shirt. Now, I went through and I told you that mettre is the verb to put or to put on. Like I'm going to put my phone on the table, but I'm going to put on a sweater. And mettre is irrégulier, irregular. So don't try to conjugate this verb just yet. Even though it's an RE verb, it doesn't conjugate like an RE verb. So we're going to conjugate it later on in this chapter, but just so you can kind of recognize what it looks like and recognize that verb, I conjugated it for you on this slide. So if you want a little heads up on for your next your grammar quiz, start taking a look at this verb. Okay, quelle taille faites-vous? Quelle taille faites-vous? Normally, when you go someplace, they don't really ask you this, but you always check this before you go try something on. So, quelle taille faites-vous means what size do you wear? But somebody could say, or you could say, je fais du blah 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 to say that you wear a specific size. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the main thing to get out of this one is quelle taille faites-vous? What size are you? And taille, that second word, taille, being size, the word for size. So when you go to France, you might see on the tags, it'll just say like taille, and then it'll have the actual size. So go ahead and say this one with me. We're going to say it 2 by 2. So those first 2 words, then those last 2 words, and then we're going to say it all together. All right, here we go. Quelle taille faites-vous? Excellent. OK? Tous ensemble, all together, toute la phrase, the whole phrase. Here we go. Quelle taille faites-vous? Très bien. OK? We could also say quelle pointure faites-vous? Quelle pointure faites-vous? Knowing that quelle taille faites-vous is what size in clothing do you wear, what do you think quelle pointure faites-vous means? Oui, shoe size. So we're asking, quelle pointure faites-vous? What size shoe do you wear? Or what shoe size do you wear? It just depends on how you want to say it. We have, quelle pointure faites-vous? What size shoe do you wear? Excellent. So when you look at your shoes, normally if you get shoes in the US, they'll say like EU and they'll have a bigger number. And we'll talk about why it's a bigger number and it's not just our normal number. But that's how you can tell like what size shoe you wear in Europe. Okay, so to respond to both of those questions, we have je fais du. Now you could say je fais du 38 or je fais du 40, et cetera, and you would just put your size, your number after that du. So je fais du means I wear a size, and then this is a review for fair on how to conjugate it from the beginning of the year. If you don't remember, it's up on your screen now to say faire, to do, or to make. In this case, it means that you wear, like you're doing that size, like you are that size. So, je fais du, I wear size, and then you would put your size in. Okay, je peux essayer. Now, normally we would ask this to a clerk when we were in a store. We would say, je peux essayer ce pantalon, and say, can I try on, etc., etc. So, may I try on or can I try on, and then your item. So you could say, je peux essayer cette jupe. Can I try on this skirt? And then I put 2 verbs up here just so you can kind of recognize them and see them. You don't necessarily have to worry about these until later this year, but like I said, a little helpful intro for them. So the verb pouvoir is the verb to be able to or can, and essayer is the verb to try. Both of those verbs are irregular and both of them are conjugated and now up on your screen. But to say I can, you've seen this a lot before. You've said je peux means I can. So when you say puis-je, it means may I. So je peux, can I, or I can. Tu peux, il, on peut, etc., etc. Then we have j'essaie, tu essaies, nous essayons, vous essayez, etc. So you don't have to worry about those 2 verbs for right now, but just a little heads up that those are going to be coming up later in this chapter and later in this year. So if you want to get a jump start on them, that they're right there for you if you want to go a little bit ahead. Okay, je peux vous aider. We've seen this one a lot before. I'm going to let you try to think about what this one might mean by looking and knowing that je peux means I can or can I, and then aider. Tell me what you think this vocab word means. Je peux vous aider. Oui means can I help you? So je peux vous aider, can I help you? All right, go ahead. We're going to say this 2 by 2. So we're going to say je peux and then vous aider, and then we're going to say it all together. All right, here we go. Je peux vous aider. Excellent. All right, now say it all together. Je peux vous aider. Très bien. So it means can I help you? And then as a bonus, I went through and I conjugated the verb aider for you. It means to help. So we have j'aide, which means I help, tu aides, which means you help, nous aidons, vous aidez, we help, you or y'all help. So you don't have to know that, but just a little fun fact if you want to say it outside in your free time. Okay, up next we have je voudrais quelque chose pour ma sœur. So je voudrais, we should remember from chapter 6 means I would like. So je voudrais quelque chose means I would like something. Quelque chose is something. Pour ma sœur. What is that pour ma sœur? Oui, for my sister. So je voudrais quelque chose pour ma sœur is I would like something for my sister. Now, the nice thing about this is that you can switch this out with whatever you want. So you could say, je voudrais une jupe pour ma sœur. I would like a skirt for my sister. Or je voudrais une cravate pour mon père. I'd like a tie for my dad, etc., etc. So you can swap this out for whatever you need. Just know that je voudrais and then adding something in pour and then something else means I would like something for something. All right, so go ahead. Let's just say these first 4 or 5 words. So we're going to say je voudrais, then quelque chose, and pour. All right, we're going to say it just like that. So I'm going to say it, and then I want you to say it. Here we go. Je voudrais quelque chose pour. Excellent. So je voudrais quelque chose pour means I would like something for. All right, next we have vous avez, and then our main part is this envers and en 40. So I'm going to give you a second to kind of think about what this might be saying, and then I'll go through the answer. All right, so I'm going to give you a second to think about it, and then we'll go through it. All right, so we have vous avez means you or y'all have. Une veste, remember, is that pullover, that sweater. And then en vert means in green, and en 40 is that size. So vous avez means do you have, and then you put whatever it is, une veste or une cravate, etc., etc. And then en means in. So you could say in and a specific color or in and a size. Main part is just to know that vous avez and then en. Okay? Hey, la prochaine mot, c'est facile. Non, merci. Je regarde. You should already know all of this because you've learned all this before. We're just putting it together. So, non, merci means no, thank you. And je regarde means I'm looking. So, no, thank you. I'm just looking. Non, merci. Je regarde. Okay? And so les opinions et les points de vue, so opinions and points of view. This is our last part of the video for today. So we have les opinions ou les points de vue, opinions or points of view. This is going to be how to describe how something looks on somebody or doesn't look on somebody, whether it looks good or it looks bad, and giving your opinion about it. Okay, so we have pour demander des opinions, so to ask for opinions. Pour demander des opinions, to ask for opinions. Qu'est-ce que tu penses de mon chapeau? Qu'est-ce que tu penses de mon chapeau? What do you think of my hat? Qu'est-ce que tu penses de mon chapeau? What do you think of my hat? And that qu'est-ce que tu penses de is our what do you think of. So I could say, qu'est-ce que tu penses de ma jupe? What do you think of my skirt? Or qu'est-ce que tu penses de mon vidéo? What do you think of my video? You can switch that out with really anything that you need. Okay? La prochaine, we have 2 different ones for gender here. I'm just going to say the first one. So we have il te plaît, and then you could put mon pantalon. So Does it look nice, my pants? Or il te plaise, and then mes pantalons, my pants. So with the feminine, we have elle te plaît, ma chemise, and elle te plaise, mes bottes. So all we're asking is, do you like? And then you put in whatever item you have. So let's go ahead and let's say the masculine, and then we'll say the feminine on the bottom one. So we'll say the masculine on the top and the feminine on the bottom. All right. So we're going to say il te plaît, and we're going to just stop there. So il te plaît, and then on the bottom we're going to say elle te plaise. All right. I'm going to say it, and then I want you to repeat it. Here we go. Il te plaît. Excellent. And on the bottom we have elle te plaise. Excellent. And all it means is, do you like whatever? So we could say, do you like my shirt, or do you like my boots? The only difference is that one is singular and one is plural. So just know that when you've got il or elle, or you've got an item that's more than one, like boots, there's obviously more than one boot, then you're going to use the plural one, il or elle te plaise. Okay, la prochaine, we have il ou elle me va l'anorak. So anorak is masculine, it's en anorak. So we're going to say il me va l'anorak. Does it look nice on me, the jacket? Or we could say il or elle me vont les chapeaux. And chapeau is masculine, so we're going to say il me vont les chapeaux. So all we are asking is, does it look good on me, or does it fit me? So we have il me va l'anorak. How does this coat fit me? Or ils me vont les chapeaux. How do these hats fit me? So we're just asking, like, do they go well with me? Do they look all right on me? Asking how they fit. So we have il ou elle me va and il, elle me vont. The only difference between these two is one is singulier and one is pluriel. Okay, so pour donner des opinions positives et négatives. So this is about giving positive and negative opinions. So this is helpful if somebody takes you shopping and they want your opinion on how something looks. Okay, so en premier, on a c'est tout à fait toi. C'est tout à fait toi. C'est positif. This is positive. C'est tout à fait toi. It's totally your style. So on these next couple slides, you're going to see I have either a thumbs up or a thumbs down based off of what that opinion is, whether it's positive and it's a thumbs up, or it's a thumbs down if it's negative. So c'est tout à fait toi. It's totally your style. All right, let's go ahead and say this one. We're going to say 2 and then 3. So we're going to say those first 2 words and then those last 3 words, and then we'll say it all together. All right, here we go. C'est tout à fait toi. Excellent. Okay, tout ensemble, the whole thing. Now we have c'est tout à fait toi. Excellent. It's totally your style, meaning it's totally something that you would wear. Next, we have il ou elle est vraiment élégant ou joli. So we have il est vraiment élégant, il est vraiment joli, or elle est vraiment élégante et elle est vraiment jolie. So the only difference is saying that these are really elegant or really pretty. And if you're using the feminine form, if I was talking about une chemise, then I would put that E onto the end and use elle. And so c'est positif as well. This is positive as well. OK? La prochaine mot, il te va très bien. Il te va très bien. It looks so good on you, or it goes well on you, or it fits you very well. So, il te va très bien. You could also say elle te va très bien. It fits very well on you if you're talking about something that's feminine, like boots or une chemise or une jupe, etc., etc. So you could say elle te va très bien. Elle te va très bien. Il te va très bien. It fits you very well. Okay? Il ou elle est vraiment horrible. What do you think this one is? Positif ou négatif? We say négatif. Il ou elle est vraiment horrible. It's really horrible. So we say négatif. Yes, this is negative. So something doesn't look pretty good on somebody or something doesn't look good, you could say, "Oh, il est vraiment horrible." You don't even really have to have that vraiment in there because that just means really. So you could say, "Il est horrible." It's horrible. Or "Elle est horrible." It's horrible. All right. So let's go through and we're just going to say that last word, horrible. So we're just going to say horrible. Très bien. Horrible. It's horrible. OK? La prochaine mot, franchement. Il ou elle est un peu tape à l'œil. Franchement, meaning frankly or honestly. So, franchement, frankly or honestly, il ou elle est un peu tape à l'œil. Tape à l'œil is gaudy. We don't really talk about this very much anymore, but it's helpful to know in case somebody says it to you. So we have franchement, honestly, or frankly. Il ou elle est un peu tape à l'œil, and tape à l'œil being gaudy. You can make this plural if you were talking about like boots. So if somebody had on like these really extravagant boots that were super gaudy, you could say franchement, elles sont un peu tape à l'œil. And you just change out your subject and then conjugate the verb être to that as well. So we say negative. Yes, this is negative. If somebody says something is tape à l'œil to you, you might want to consider getting something different. OK? Non, il ou elle ne te va pas du tout. Pas du tout, c'est négatif. It's negative. This means it doesn't fit you at all. Non, il ou elle ne te va pas du tout. It doesn't fit you or doesn't look good on you at all. So say negative, but you could also, just like we did with the last one, switch out your subject and your verb and say ils sont or elles sont. So you say ils ne te vont pas du tout. They don't look good on you at all. Or non, elles ne te vont pas du tout. They don't look good on you at all. Okay? So non, ils ou elles ne te vont pas du tout. No, they don't look good on you at all. Okay? Et je pense que c'est tout. I think that is our last one for today. So that is all of the vocab for chapitre 7, vocabulaire 1. That's all of the vocab for chapter 7, vocab 1. Si vous avez des questions, if you have any questions, envoyez-moi un email, send me an email. Je sais que c'est beaucoup de vocabulaire. I know this is a lot of vocab, but just make sure that you're using those study links that I'm sending you and that homework that I'm posting. Okay? Mais c'est tout et à plus.